Welcome back everyone, and I'm excited to bring to you the recap video for Infinity Gauntlet Month 5 where we battled for the runner. And it was 700 points and you had to play at least 400 points from the Galactic Guardians or Hulk. And then the rest could be whatever, but it had to be Modern Age. Some places were Silver Age, some places you could play Colossal figures. Our venue, we decided to play no Colossal figures and for it to be Modern Age. That was what our scenario was. It could be different for other places since, you know, they have a little bit of leeway. Actually, no 3x9s. There actually were Colossals, you know, the 2x2 figures, but those were a lot. We really didn't want a bunch of people playing Galactus, and supposedly one of the times before there was just nothing but Galactuses and it just was no fun for everyone. And I can understand that because I went up against him and he's really, really brutal, especially at 600 points. So, this is the team I put together. Chase Thanos, a scientist team with 2 AIM agents, Howard Stark, a Renegade, 60-point Claw from the Gravity Feed, Tomar Ray, 80 points, and 3 researchers. And I did decide to play the Gauntlet, and of course I put it on Thanos. I used it, but I really didn't get that much benefit from it because most of the games only lasted 20 minutes. I did extremely well. I wouldn't say shocked, but I wasn't so sure that this was going to be the best team on the field, and I wasn't so sure that this would be the only Chase Thanos. It happened to be the only Chase Thanos, and just by the teams, I just had to, I don't know, I just did really, really good. Ended up going 3-0 and just scored a little under 2,100 points. I cleared everyone, and the matches only lasted 20-25 minutes. Every game, Howard Stark did die, and then one of them, Howard Stark and a researcher. But for the most part, this was so nasty of a team, so cheesy. Every name under the book, you can name it, this is that. I mean, you see this, you're like, oh my goodness, I just quit. And I really, really wanted to do well since I have not come in first place. I've come in second place and third place, and did really terrible in last month's sealed. I'm just gonna quickly go over the idea for this team that really made it so good. And if you don't know that this Thanos can teleport 2 of the highest point figures from your opponent next to him. This is extremely powerful, especially if you make a kill box team, which this is a kill box team to its core. And mostly, Thanos is not the one that's going to be dishing out most of the damage. He will probably do a lot of the damage after the first initial one, like on turn, you know, 3, 4, 5, and beyond. But the initial, you know, teleport, he doesn't do any damage. It's all of everyone else's damage that really makes it powerful. And I'm going to tell you how you do it, and then I'm going to show you in a few seconds after I just tell you. But basically, you use the teleport to bring the characters here. You have Howard Stark out here, you know, in front of the team, and when they come in, you just outwit, you know, the defense powers if you need to. So then when they're here, you use all of these figures here, use the Hydra to lower their defenses, and you use Claw and Tomare to shoot them. But all of these guys have enhancement. You have enhancement here, and the 3 researchers are also enhancement characters. You have Claw, Attack, Psychic Blast. The Hydra characters here are going to lower this guy's defense, so it's going to make it even easier. This guy's a Perplexer, so you can perplex up his attack. And then you it's a mirror on the other side. Other than Tomar Ray, he doesn't have Psychic Blast, he has Ranged Combat Expert, so you only need 1 enhancement. So basically, you bring him up here. This guy attacks for 6 damage penetrating. This guy does 6 damage. He doesn't have penetrating, but you can use Howard to outwit that defense. And depending on which one you need to use Psychic Blast or which one has Power Cosmic, you just, you know, if this guy has Power Cosmic and he's impervious and you can't outwit him, you target him up so Claw can Psychic Blast him. This guy is not Power Cosmic, you can put him there and then, you know, have Howard Stark outwit him. So you can do that, and that's 6 damage here, 6 damage there. These characters are going to just get really hurt really quickly. And then, yes, on their turn they can attack, but the problem is Thanos is a 19 impervious. It's really tough. So I'm going to show you how I did it right now. So right now I'm going to actually show you the team that I actually played and the actual setup that I had for my matches. Now I do not have the map that we played on because it was the new Infinity Gauntlet map and we don't take them home until we're done using the map. So this is actually another map that I thought was pretty similar enough that it has the 3 base for a starting area, which the new map actually does. This kind of thing right here, we'll show that up so you can set it up like this. And the map is totally different, but for the most part, there's a lot of hindering terrain throughout the middle of the map. This is more of an open map, but I'll basically show you the startup here. You get an idea of how it's run. So you have your Chase Thanos here. Then I have 2 aim agents down to the sides here. They are Hydra and they have Perplex. And then we have Renegade, Hydra as well, and Enhancement. We have Howard Stark here from the Avengers set, and that is an Outwitter. Then we have 3 Researchers split up here. One here, and one there. They basically are, if you have higher point scientist, they give enhancement. Then we have the gravity feed Claw here for 60 points. He also is a wild card, so he could also borrow Hydra if it's needed. And then we have Tomar Ray, so that's also a gravity feed figure. That's a good figure, range combat expert. Claw has Psychic Blast. And as you can see here, this is 10 figures and it's a scientist keyworded team. So you have theme. Tomar Ray's special is add 1 to your roll to determine first player for each friendly character with Green Lantern keywords. So there's only 1 Green Lantern keyword character, which is him. So that's actually +1. So you have 10 figures, you get 10, then you get the +1 there. So just for, you know, your theme and to see who goes first, you already have 11. So that's going to help you a lot to get your first turn. First turn, what you're going to do, all you're going to do is move Howard out, you know, maybe like 5 or 6 squares, all the way up to the hindering terrain on the new map. And then he's out there. Before your turn's over, perplex up Thanos' defense to a 22. He's got self-perplex and then the 2 Hydras, so get him up to 22 defense. That's the end of your turn. Then your opponents can, you know, move any character they want of theirs, or they can not move at all. Then, this is the key. Now it's your turn. First turn immunity is over. What you do is you use the power that says teleport my greatest enemy. Thanos can use plasticity and give Thanos a power action and place the 2 highest point value opposing characters in squares adjacent to Thanos. This is the thing that makes this figure extremely broken, cheesy. You have a name for it. This is it. So basically what you do, it's very simple. Like I said, this team literally, once you build the team, it plays itself and all you have to do is roll some dice. Give him a power action, and depending on who you are playing against, just pick a couple figures here, and we'll just say Cosmic Spider-Man, just because it's awesome. And what the heck, we'll say Black Bolt, because people will probably play in Black Bolt. You have choices where to put them. I say put them here because they're next to the Hydra, so when Tomar Ray shoots, he gets a bonus. Anyway, so you get this. That's that. Now what you do, this is the key. You have Howard Stark out there with Outwit. You can't outwit him because he's power cosmic, but that's why you have Psychic Blast here on this character. For impervious characters or damage reducers, Psychic Blast goes right through that. So you won't even need to worry about outwitting that power. So then you can use your outwit on, say, Black Bolt, because he has impervious. We would be able to outwit it with Howard's. So that's really good. And Tomar Ray has range combat expert, so that's why you have that outwit. So, you know, Howard is out there. He's going to outwit impervious there. Now you're looking at what to do. You have 3 perplexes, a bunch of Hydra, a couple attackers, a bunch of enhancement. This is what I was doing. Use my 2 Hydra characters right here. They are adjacent to Claw. He's going to attack and they both can see him. So his defense is going to get -1 by each one. So it's going to be -1, -1. So now he has a 19, -2. So now he's at a 17. All right. We have Perplex here. Let's Perplex up Claw's attack to an 11. So now we have 11 on a 17 with Psychic Blast. Thanos here, he also has a Perplex. You could also Perplex it down, or or you can save it for a Black Bolt, whatever you want to do. I say 11, you know, just using the 1 perplex, get up to 11. He's down to a 17. That should be good enough because it's theme team. We have these researchers here that you could use your theme probs if you need to. So you roll your attack, you need 11 on a 17, you need a 6. And before the attack, you have 3 enhancers as well. Here, here, and here. So now you have an 11 attack, 6 damage Psychic Blast on Cosmic Spider-Man. And this is on the 2nd turn. Even if Cosmic Spider-Man came across the map, he wouldn't be able to come across the map and even get an attack off on you. So literally, before your opponent can even do anything, you already have this set up and they're going to have to try to survive this brutal attack. 11 Psychic Blast doing 6 damage, 17 Impervious, Psychic Blast cuts through it. You're doing 6 damage here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you can see here, Cosmic Spider-Man is on his 7th click. He has invulnerability. He is hurting really bad. This was in the first attack, and I only needed a 6 to do this damage. So he's back here. Now we're going to do the same exact thing over here with Tomare on Black Bolt. But now what we're going to do, out with the Impervious, get the Hydra. He's only got an 18 defense, so he's going to go down to a 16. Tomare's going to attack. We actually have 3 enhancements here, but because he has Ranged Combat Expert, he's only going to use 1 of the enhancement, because Ranged Combat Expert will get him up to a 5 damage. Use 1 enhancement, that's 6. And then we will use this Perplex to give him an 11 attack. 11 on a 16 for 6 damage because of Howard's Outwit. We're going to shoot, say we hit, because now we only need a 5 to hit that. So now that is going to do 6 clicks as well to Black Bolt because of the Impervious Outwitted. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's also on his 7th click. So now that we got our 2 attacks and our opponent is really, really battered, if we were playing this team against, that's over 500 points of characters that we just attacked. And that only took 3 tokens, and we're gonna pass. We're done. We did everything that we could possibly do. I did not even use this Perplex, but I could Perplex my defense if I wanted to. Now your opponent has these characters right here, but look at what they have. 10 attack, 4 damage, 10 attack, 4 damage, but their defenses are really, really poor, and Thanos is a 19 Impervious. So let's just say that they both hit Thanos, and they both hit. This is going to be pretty rare, but let's just say they do, and I missed both of my Impervious rolls. So that would take, so say he hits him for 2. 1, 2. Now that's an 18, and now Black Bolt's going to do the same thing, and he would, to say he hits and I miss my Impervious, so that's another 2 damage. 1, 2. Alright, now your opponent attacks, so they get tokens. Most likely they're probably not going to hit Thanos, but let's just say they do, just to make it like the worst case scenario. Now what you do is finish the game, because Thanos can attack either one of them, or you can do the same cannon again. In this scenario, I would probably, because Thanos got hit, I would probably use Thanos again to attack, but most likely he's still going to be on his top dial, because they're probably going to miss, because you have all these other figures to prob their rolls if they hit that 10. Just to finish this off, just to show you how brutal it is, this game would be over because I can just push him again to do another 6 damage, which he doesn't even, he probably only needs a couple clicks of damage to kill him. Use the Hydra, now he'd be down to a 15. Use my Perplex. It's just so disgusting, as you can see this, and then you just rinse and repeat this. And I mean, any one of these characters, you have Iron Man, War Machine, they would just get eaten alive as well. Every single one of these figures stands no chance on this team. You basically have to miss your rolls on the first thing. If you miss, yes, you're gonna have issues. But even Dormammu, I faced him, I teleported him over, and because he's a giant and these both can see him, I was able to attack both my attack rolls on him. And he was on his 14th click before he could get another attack in. And he had 100 point Sinestro, which actually did do damage to Cosmic Thanos. But, you know, I'm telling you, this team is so ridiculously broken, cheesy. point and click, whatever. I mean, this is insane. I mean, it was fun for me, obviously, because I really wanted to do good. I thought it was going to do good, but I wasn't so sure what teams I was going to face and how good they would go. I mean, there was teams with double black bolts and just a bunch of interesting teams, and I figured I was going to try them out. I was going to play them on the most competitive, nasty team I could think of, and this actually really worked out. So tell me what you guys think. Was this team really cheesy? Was it broken? Have you seen anyone else play this team? I have not seen anyone come up with this team at 700 points. That doesn't mean that no one else has thought of it. I think it's really good, and I like Claw and Tomare for their points. I know a lot of people didn't like this team, and I understand that. I wouldn't want to face this team. I probably won't play this Thanos again because at this point value and the team that I made, this Thanos is pretty much unstoppable. I mean, I think I could kill I think I can pretty much take on anybody with this team at this points. I mean, Galactus, you can, they're giants, so that Claw and Tomare can both attack them. You know, you can't outwit them, but Psychic Blast, and I don't know. I think it's really nasty team, and tell me what you guys think. So for winning the tournament, I got the runner, which is awesome. It wasn't one of the figures I thought I would really want from the beginning, but after looking at the dial, I think there's a lot of potential for some fun, cool things that this guy can do. He is a little bit higher than I would want him, but you know, it's whatever. I mean, I think he's probably worth the 210 points. I don't know, but this is a really cool figure, and hypersonic figures are always fun to use. But yeah, it's a 14 hypersonic, and if you actually pair him up with this Thanos, it makes him ridiculous. You can, he also has a special power where you can swap the attack with speed. So this guy, you can make the runner with a 14 attack. And in my tournament games, I never once used it. It was just a power that he didn't even need to use just because of the teleport was just that powerful. Tell me what you guys think about the runner. I think it looks pretty good. Here, we'll go quickly through the dial. This toughness, into super senses, perplex. Just look at the card and see what he can get. Runner may begin the game with the space gem attached to his base. This object does not count to your object total and is scored and removed from the game when the runner is KO'd. Additional to the normal effects, modified his speed by +1. Wow, that's pretty good. And then he'd be a 15 movement. Runner ignores hindering terrain for movement purposes. Modify runner's attack value when attacking a character with a speed value of 10 or higher. Most figures do have 10, so you're probably going to actually have a 12 attack from the get-go. He does start with this special on attack. When using hypersonic, instead of a close combat attack, runner may be given a close combat action as a free action to use flurry or exploit weakness. Normally you cannot use flurry or exploit weakness with hypersonic, but this character is allowed to. That is what makes this character extremely good and why most people want him. Because he has, you know, a 10 attack, but if you get this bonus here with this trait, you have a 12 attack. He starts off with 3 damage, so you're able to hypersonic and flurry for 3 damage. That's really powerful. Or if it's someone with, you know, impervious, you can exploit weakness. That is extremely awesome. So guys, I hope you guys have some luck in your month 5 event. Tell me what you guys are gonna play. Tell me your outcomes if you've already played. And yeah, take it easy and have a good day.